Hey guys, how are you doing? Um, I made some videos a long time ago. You can check on my YouTube channel basically about government and ministers. Just spending money uncontrollably, buying two cars, three cars, this and that. And I said basically the crux of that whole entire video was if you're in government, you're there for a reason. You're there for the people, not to make money. And I thought maybe some would take my advice. Maybe they'd see a certain change coming about, but nothing. So what has happened subsequent to that is that like the government is still continuing to do the very things which we said please do not do. Do not just spend money uncontrollably. There's people out there that don't actually get food at night and you buying a Mercedes Benz. That doesn't make sense to me. So you know what? I think what we need here is more than just trying to get these people to stop spending money on cars and big houses and fixing up gates and fences. What we need basically is a situation where the government ministers, government official no longer are in control of the taxes, the country's wealth, the country's money. We need a situation where taxes, the people's money, every single payment that we make is held by a trust or external body which controls all those funds. And that external body becomes accountable to us, the public, the people, on how money was spent, how, who released money, what exactly was it spent on, how much, and all that kind of stuff. Because, like, with these ministers and government officials, it doesn't really matter. They don't have to explain anything to you. They just take money, they do this, they do that, and that's it. It's done. So what I'm thinking now is we need a situation where these ministers and government officials actually come up with maybe policies and say, for instance, you know what, we should spend 3 billion on schooling, we should put in some more on education, build some tables and build some schools. But the money is just not easily available for them to access. They get paid a salary because that's what they want, right? They want to make money. Okay, fine. We'll treat them like in a company kind of situation where you get paid a salary, but you do not at all touch money. You just come up with policies and ideas of how money should be spent. And then those ideas and all the things that you want to do that are great for South Africa, those are taken over to that external body. That guy or that group of people, that organization that controls the public's money, reviews those ideas like, okay, fine. You know what? This is the situation we have. This person from education, the minister wants to do this. They want to do that, this and this. Then he looks through it. Okay, fine. It's going to cost this much. It's within your budget. Here's money. It's released into your account. And the government official still doesn't get to touch money. Somebody else who's that group, part of that external group, actually goes out and actually spends the money on what it's supposed to be spent on. Because, I don't know, people need to stop being accountable. You have to explain certain things, why these guys are driving Benzes, and when there's still kids in the street that, slept last night in the freezing cold. They don't have a blanket. 400,000 rand for a car, 500,000 rand for a car. That's a lot of blankets. That's a lot of shelter. That's a lot of, just positives. Instead of just the bends from our own status, so we can say, hey, how are you doing? Oh man, woo, your personality, your ego, let's give it to you. You're the man, you're driving a Benz, you don't have to wait in traffic, you high roller, high status. That's not it right there. That stuff is not gonna work. That stuff is not gonna work anymore. And we basically need a situation where people are held accountable. Ministers come up with policies. External body says how money should be spent. No, the ministers say how money should be spent, what it should be spent on, what their ideas are. They take that proposal, they give it to an external body, Minister of Finance or Reserve Bank or whoever it is that's in charge of money in the state's money, the people's money. And then they say, okay, fine, it's going to cost this much, this is what's going to be needed. After that, money is then taken out and then it's spent. But it does not come into contact with any government officials, any ministers. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. You tell me what you think. Maybe, oh my God. I just need a situation where we don't have people just spending on dinners and all these unnecessary things, you know. We need to deal with the problems here, the issues, the small little things. Kids are sleeping without blankets at night. They're in the streets. It's cold. It's freezing. They're in a gutter somewhere, you know. And these are things that need to be looked at over a Mercedes-Benz or I'm wearing a suit. Let's get down and dirty and get to the problems. It's minor little issues, like I keep saying. It's nothing big. But let's rather focus on getting those things sorted. Let's look at the education. You know, let's look at all these things that are there. And they can be done. We just need the right people, like I keep saying. It's not about the size. They've said it a long time ago. It's not about the size or how big the government is. It's just about a government that works. That's what we're looking for. That's all I'm asking for as a South African citizen. I love this country, don't get me wrong. But we have to do something, please. Thank you. Peace.